What's up guys, how's it going? So today I'm going to be reviewing the ThruNite Archer 1A V3 flashlight. So ThruNite did send me this flashlight completely for free, but they didn't like pay me or tell me like what to say specifically. So if the flashlight sucks, I will let you guys know. But if it's really awesome, I'll also let you guys know about that too. Let's review this, but first we're gonna make our way up a tree. I think that'll be a little bit better. Maybe not this tree, but a little too wide, I think. Ooh. Okie dokie, here we are. Almost, 1 second. All right, okay, my face is in focus, that's good. Let's review the flashlight. And ThruNite, thank you so much for sending me this flashlight. I appreciate it a ton. And yeah, let's check it out. So here's what my flashlight came in. Came in this little cardboard box. Open this up. And then behold the flashlight itself. We'll get to this in a second. But the only other things I found in this box was a little baggie with a lanyard, as well as a extra tail cap, as well as a O-ring seal, because the flashlight is waterproof. Manual majigger thing, toss that off the tree. Hopefully we don't need that because I don't want to climb back down all the way back up. So the dimensions of this flashlight are 110 millimeters long and 20 millimeters in diameter. So those are the dimensions. And without a battery, it weighs 42 grams, just in case you're wondering those specs. All right, so the entire structure of the flashlight is actually aluminum, so it's fairly light. It's nothing too heavy. It feels pretty good in my hand. And it has two different buttons, the main button and then the settings button, which we'll get to in a moment. It has this little clip thing, so you can place this in your pocket or on your belt, which is kind of nice. You can also remove it if you don't want to use that. To turn this flashlight torch on, you have to press this little button on the tail of it. And then to change the settings, you press this little button on the top. But this first setting that's on right now is called Firefly mode. As you can see, it gives off barely any light, but this is 0.1 lumens, so that's how much brightness it's giving off. And this setting should last for about 17 days. That's quite a long amount of time. I'm not really sure when you would need a flashlight this dim, but maybe for reading or something. Now, one thing to be careful of is make sure you don't leave your flashlight on the Firefly mode. I kind of accidentally did that when I first got this flashlight. I thought I turned it off, but it was actually on Firefly mode. Don't do that. You don't want to waste the battery over 17 days. The next setting, if I press this little button again, press that again, it goes to low. As you can see, quite a bit brighter. This is 17 lumens, and this should last for about 22 hours, so significant amount of less time, but a bit brighter. 17 lumens. Press it again, goes to 75 lumens, and on this setting it should last for about 5 hours. Now, I would say this is a perfectly good enough light for doing just ordinary stuff. Maybe you're out adventuring or camping or hiking or something. This is plenty of light. I mean, this is how bright it is, and this is in the daytime. And if I press it again, it goes to high. As you can see, quite a bit brighter. Definitely good brightness if maybe you're looking for something that you dropped or you're like searching for someone. Now, on this setting, it'll only last for 115 minutes or 2 hours and 55 minutes. I mean, 1 hour and 55 minutes. Quite a bit brighter. And the last setting, so this flashlight does have 5 settings. The last setting is strobe. To activate the strobe, all you have to do is hold down the little button on the top that changes the settings. Hold it down and then it switches to strobe. Now this would be good for if you're signaling someone or to try to blind someone if they're like coming after you. Point this in their face. It's gonna make it much more difficult for them to see and try to come after you. I mean, it won't completely stop them, but you know, it will help. Now surprisingly, when it's on strobe, the battery will last for 3.5 hours. I would think that strobe would use the battery quicker, but apparently not. I'd think that the light going on and off would use the battery quicker, but apparently it doesn't. So those are the 5 different settings that are on this flashlight. Now, this does only take a AA, so if you open up this little back piece, you can put a AA in there. It fits in there nice and snugly. Now, 2 things about this light that I like quite a bit. It has a 1.5 meters of like shock resistant or drop resistant. So if you, theoretically, if you drop this from 1.5 meters of distance in the air, you drop it, it should work totally fine. Oh, it's kind of scary dropping a flashlight. Oh, that's such a scary feeling. I don't like doing that. And it didn't flicker or anything or turn off when I dropped it. And all the modes still work. They also say that it is waterproof to 1.5 meters underwater. Now, I really like that. I hope it's actually that waterproof. I believe them because it has these rubber seals throughout it. Here goes. It's been about half an hour and coming to check on the light. Okay, it still seems to be working. Well, it still works after the water test, so thumbs up for that. So those are all the settings as well as the little feature specs. Now, what do I think of it? It feels pretty good in my hand. It's not like a massive flashlight. It's not too small that I feel like I'm gonna lose it. One other cool thing is the little clip, the pocket clip, so you can put this in your pocket or on your belt or your pants or something, can actually be removed and placed in the opposite direction. It's a little bit difficult to remove, and I'm gonna be careful to not drop it out of this tree. As you can see, I just removed it, so normally it's like this, but check this out. You can put it on in the opposite direction. And you may be wondering, why would you want to do that? So you can place it in your pocket where it's hanging out? No. This can actually turn into a headlamp. Maybe you're out wearing a hat, or maybe you like wearing a hat. Well, check this out. I actually just realized this, but you could place this on the little thing of your hat, and it turns into a makeshift headlamp torch. So I thought that that's pretty cool that you can reverse the little clip, and you could also attach this to anything that your imagination can think of, maybe a hat, or maybe, you know, anything you could possibly think of. So that's pretty handy, and it's really snug. I don't feel like this would fall off. Like, I'm shaking my head, boo, and it's not like shaking or moving at all. I must say, I think this is the coolest looking headlamp I've ever used or ever had. Like that's so cool looking. I get to wear my hat and use the light. That is cool. And if you want to be like really creative, you could place it like on the side or something like that. I don't know, maybe for some reason you feel like doing this. I don't know. Whatever your creativity can think of to place this flashlight on, let me know down below in the comments, because I'm sure one of you or some of you will think of some really cool ideas. That's pretty much it for the review of the ThruNite Archer 1A V3 flashlight torch. On Amazon, this flashlight is $30, as well as on the actual ThruNite website, it is also $30. So it's not like a super expensive flashlight, but it's also not like a super cheap flashlight. It's like I feel like it's a good in-between. I'm sure the price will drop as new models and new flashlights come out. If you want to check it out, I'll leave the link to this in the description. Thanks again, ThruNite, for sending me the flashlight. Really appreciate it. Super thankful to get the chance to use this and review this. I am sure I will be using this a ton. I really like the fact that it's waterproof. And yeah, remember to keep always doing awesome stuff, and I will see you guys tomorrow, early in the morning. Bang! That is so cool. That is so cool.